Our effort to bring in new stories onto the platform. The digital medium allows us to create stories for the today's generation. It allows us to create stories on topics that impact today's contemporary generation. And I think when you see these stories and you see these two films, you will understand what we're trying to say, the topics that we're trying to touch are topics about today's generation, told by people who understand them and live them today. Two very talented people who made these two stories come alive. Kabir Sadanand, who's brought Papa We Love You 2 and has done an amazing job at writing and producing this, and Kushal Punjabi, who's put together The Gift, his first effort at writing and producing. And I think this has come out beautifully. Congratulations to the entire team and both these teams for putting together such a beautiful product.
My inspiration for making this film is very simple. I'm a selfish father. It goes back to when I was a kid, and I used to constantly crib and never get any time with my father, and I can see that in my son's eyes. And I've always said that I would want to be the father that I would want my son to be the father that I would want. And I hope after this film I can be that. Thank you very much, and if you can screen the film now. Unfortunately, Jimmy is shooting in Haryana, and he can't be here, and Lekji is old and traveling becomes a little difficult.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. I just want to say, Kabir, that was fantastic. I have a 14-month-old son, and this inspires me. So, great film. So, my film, The Gift, has nothing to do with my life. It's not an inspiration from my personal life. It's about how relationships can turn in today's times. I want you to watch the film and then share your comments. So I'm not going to say much. We're just going to roll the AV now. Thank you.
Because the pin drop silence and the loud applause at the end said it all. What a riveting gift that was. I think that till now, the afternoon has been an experience of experiencing cinema at its very best. But the good news is that it isn't over yet. I would request the artists as well as the producers of Papa We Love You 2 and The Gift to please join us up on the stage and sit on the left and right of Mr. Uday Sodhi. And may I request everyone to please join us as we're going to be going straight into a panel discussion to know the nitty-gritties of the short films that you just saw. Also the vision and the blueprint of SonyLiv's efforts to facilitate and popularize the art of quality short filmmaking in India. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome all the artists up on stage here, please. Am I only standing on stage? Please come up. Well, I think when I did say that we should have a round of applause, there was moderately less applause because I'm sure people were speechless by what they just saw, and we're not surprised. So let me begin by asking Mr. Sodhi that this is an opportunity on SonyLiv to present its viewers a cinematic medium which is very different. All of us are used to TV, we're used to films, but short films.
So short films is an interesting new way of storytelling. What we've seen from research is that on the mobile, when people are watching content, the average time that somebody has an attention span is about 20 minutes. That's what research tells us. Therefore, when we look out and we say, you know, how do we tell stories? How do we go about telling the issues or bringing out the issues that are there today in the society? At that point in time, we say, you know, what is the right form of telling these stories? Is short films today the new way of telling stories? Is that the way to capture the mood of the current generation? Is it the way of capturing what is out there today? And I think that's what seems to be coming out, and talented producers and talented artists like what you have on stage today probably are putting together stories which fit in perfectly to that length. What we've also had a discussion, and whenever we're talking to people who want to make short films, we don't limit them to the size or the length. I think digital allows us to be far more flexible in terms of what the length of the content should be. So, you saw both the films today. They're both of different length, they're both of different genres, but fundamentally they talk about today's emotion, they talk about today's challenges, today's problems, today's realities, told to an audience in a way that people understand it on the screen. It is available to everybody at your time, at your convenience. You can watch it, which is why it's different from television, it's different from cinema, it's different from the way any other way of storytelling is.
Right. Since we're talking about the artists that we have on stage here today, we've already seen them in feature films and TV, but for the very first time, there are a lot of firsts today on this stage. So, Kabir sir, Kushal, I think this is the first time that you're a part of a short film. You're actually doing this. So, let me start with Mr. Kabir. How was this experience?
For me, like I actually tweeted yesterday, it was the most difficult film to release. It's the shortest film that I've done. It's been difficult because I had multiple responsibilities. One is this guy here next to me who insisted that I cast him, because as soon as I said I'm going to cast someone else, he says, "How dare you?" Then I had responsibility towards a friend of mine, that is Jimmy, and my first director when I started acting, Lake Tandon. Today, the online space gives you an opportunity to actually experience the metamorphosis of emotions, of relationships that is taking place every day. In the sense that you can be true to what you want to tell in a story. So for me to bring in a film in say 9.5 minutes and say exactly what I wanted to say, I thought it was an opportunity, and I want to thank SonyLiv for it. It's given me now the initiative to actually go out there. We are putting together films. So this first is going to be multiplying into many more. And Mandira, I'm never going to have a drink with you.
So we've seen Mr. Kabir's film and Kushal, so very stark relationships, but the kind of layers that every relationship has been focused on here. Kushal, how was this? Because we really didn't expect the kind of twist that actually came up.
Yeah, what is life without some twists, huh? I think, firstly, my association with SonyLiv's started 2 years ago when I did my first web series, Love Bites, and now I'm directing along with my co-director Suhas for the first time for SonyLiv. So thank you for this opportunity, and the opportunity is what brings me to the fact that we went on to the digital space, is because it's tough to make films as an actor who wants to break out and go approach cinema or approach television. It's a saturated market, it's a tough market, and also then it doesn't let us say the real story. This film, The Gift, could have been elaborated and made into a full-length feature, giving the backgrounds of all the characters and then some more, and then I realized that a short format is so good. We picked up the subject of a relationship and just showed exactly what we wanted to show. And I think that is the benefit, the advantage, and it's just amazing to be on a short, on a digital platform. So for two reasons. One is we say what we want to, and secondly, it allows for new people to come in, and SonyLiv has been a very good catalyst there, It's allowing us to, because people generally have this tendency, Kabir used to be acting, Kushal used to be acting, now they turn directors, who's, the opportunity there. But now it is here, we're showcasing it, and that's proof enough. So, yeah, I'm thankful.
I can add to that, I'm told that they have 500 short films. It's actually the only platform who has been promoting short films and shorts. So it's an initiative which I think a lot of storytellers would want to use.
We all realize that the audience has now changed. They want to explore newer things. In digital space, we're actually giving them an opportunity to see short films like these. Otherwise, they would have missed it, because now